morning, students. Let's come back to the class. In the last class, we discussed about the web security and what is the need of web security. Okay. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss what are the different web security approaches. Okay, web security or web traffic security approaches. So, you know that at various levels, how to implement the security protocols, right? Actually, uh, you know that we have a different kind of protocol stacks there. Okay, basic reference model. You know that OSI reference model, which has 7 layers. TCP/IP network. TCP/IP network has 4 layers. Okay, so in this the TCP/IP related web security approaches we are going to discuss. Let's see the figures. In the network level, TCP/IP has 4 layers. Okay, TCP/IP has 4 layers. That means physical data link layer combined together called host to network layer. And host first one, host to network layer means if you take bottom to top, first one host to network layer, then internet layer, then transport layer, application layer. Okay, so top to bottom, if you take application layer, transport layer, internet layer, host to network layer. Okay, so in the network level, means the network layer, we have a IP security concept to protect the data in the network. We have a IP security approach. Whereas in the transport level, we have a SSL SSL secure socket layer. SSL security. Actually, this SSL security is provide a transport and application layer combination. Actually, okay. SSL security, SSL or transport layer security, socket layer. SSL means secure socket layer. And where the application level, we have so many protocols to secure your user data. Kerberos is one of the protocol for authentication. Okay, third party authentication is very popular key distribution center and authentication of users. SMIME, PGP, these two are very popular for the securing the mail. Okay, secure multi-purpose internet mail extensions. SMIME, PGP, pretty good privacy. These two are mail protocol, mail secure protocol or secure email protocols. Secure electronics transactions. This is for your card transactions. There is a like how to let's suppose example, when we are going to use the point of sale system, or when we are going to card it to shopping or somewhere else, the transactions are going to secure. Okay, then we use the set, is it? So now in this main, the topics are, first we discuss SSL, then we discuss the remaining. Now SSL and transport layer security, secure socket layer and TLS. Okay, these are all the versions different actually, but SSL is you currently we are using. SSL was initially developed by the Netscape. It's a developers. It's a working group. It's a part of IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. We have a like collaborations. So these people, TLS working group was formed within the IETF. The first version of TLS can be viewed as a SSL version 3.1. Okay. Now in this secure socket layer. secure socket layer. Secure means provide the security. Socket means what actually? It is a combination of IP plus port. Is end to end transmission. End to end connections are taken place with the sockets. So SSL provide the security to the data, provide the secure data that is transferred between the web browser and server, because we are going to place the request through the web browser. Generally we use the Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, so and so. It's all the browsers, nothing but a client use the web browsers. So they are placing the request, and that means searching the content, requested content through the different servers. So that to establish the various web browsers to server connections and data which is transmitted between the server to your users, that means web browser. Okay, it's all the need to provide the security for your data. SSL encrypt the link between the web browser and web server, that ensure that whatever the data passed between the this web browser and server, okay, or like any private domains, whatever may be. So generally it is a free from attack, free from attacks, because sometimes your searching data content may not problem. Sometimes you are going to create a transactions or email, mail, important mail transfers, important content transfers, different so many applications are there for using this web, is it? So that we need to provide the security. So today also we can understand that always use the browser which support for SSL. Okay, when we open the any Internet Explorer, any web browser, first you check for whether it is support for the SSL or not. SSL, how it is, can how can I identify? Let us take the any uh, website, or then let's see allow that HTTPS, like example. Let's take the example. This is a this means this site nothing but example. There is a JNT website. The site lock symbol will intimate that there is a secure browser. If you use the a secured hypertext transfer protocol, HTTPS. HTTPS. Okay, so like so many, if you take any example, like uh, SSL protocol. Now see that everywhere, every site, example, you are going to search for this one. The symbol, the symbol, what is view site information? This nothing but it is a valid. This is a valid. Connection is secure. See that this one connection is a secure connection. That means let click on this one. You will get the information about this. See that connection is a secure one. That means that browser use the HTTPS, secured web connection. Okay. Uh, what is there when you use list site uses HTTPS? That means connection security, right? So that that website server uses the certificate to prove that website identity to browsers. Okay, so always use uh, the secure web browsers. Some browsers, old browsers not supporting for secure browser. Okay, secure connections. So better you go for secure web browsers which has support protocol HTTPS. This HTTPS. Otherwise, there is a problem. Okay, so now HTTPS is provide the end-to-end secure connections. So this task is very difficult actually. That transferring the data. Ah, Ah, so these are the protocols. The task is very difficult. The secure data transfer between the web browsers and web servers. SSL. What are the SSL protocols? Secure socket layer, a record protocol means SSL record protocol, SSL handshake protocol, SSL change cipher spec protocol, SSL alert protocol. SSL record protocol actually it's create the actual payload carrying by the SSL record protocol. It's provided in the secured manner, like dividing the total data into segments and all uh, hashing all things done by the record protocol. You can see in the record protocol structure. And handshake protocol provide the sessions, secure sessions between the client and server. Change cipher protocol used to the state positions, giving the state positions like moving the state to the current positions or pending state to be whatever the pending states are there that we can convert into current state using this one. Alert protocol like used for alerting the users, web browsers. Suppose any error occurs, like normal or fatal alerts or whatever may be given by the alert protocol. Okay, these are all the four protocols there in the SSL. Is it? Now see the SSL basic structure there in the internet layer. Actually, it is a transport layer. This is IP actually there in the internet layer. So TCP at the transport layer. Application layer is their top one in middle. So SSL is actually the basic provision is at the transport layer implementation, but it is related to the application layer also. So SSL is nothing but a simple mediator between the transport and application layer, provide the secure connections, security to the data transferred between the web browsers and web servers and browsers. Location will be specified here. Now, SSL architecture. This is a total SSL protocol stack. See that one. The ultimate goal of the SSL is to provide the security and different data, like also do the confidentiality authentication and compressing the data. All things done in the SSL protocol stack. So here, it is not a SSL is not a single protocol. Four protocols are there, but these four protocols are divided into two levels. SSL record protocol is one level, remaining SSL handshake protocol, SSL change cipher spec protocol, SSL alert protocol. Okay, then HTTP. These two layer protocols. It is a two layer protocol. Just to see the diagram. It's a two layer protocols. Okay. Next, what are the services? Services of the SSL. This is also important one. You remember what are the services of the SSL protocol? The basic services are fragmentation. Whatever the given data, input data, which is going to transfer, the divided into fragments. Divided into fragments. Fragmentation, then compression, compressing the fragments, then message integrity, use some protocol, then confidentiality, then design the frames. Okay, framing means actual formats in the SSL to transfer the data. Fragmentation, compression, message integrity, confidentiality, framing. Okay, these all the five famous services there in the SSL. The main important concepts in the SSL. First, to set up the connection, to set up the connections. First, we have a session. We have a session. We need a session. Then set up the connections. What is connection? What is session? What is connection? What is session? Remember, connection means a end-to-end relation between the two applications. Two applications. Maybe at a client side, one is at a server side. That are peer-to-peer relations. And every connection associate with one session. The one session may has many connections. Session is some duration time. Actually, the sessions are created by the handshake protocol. Handshake protocol. The connection is a type of a transport service. service that provides a suitable type of service. Okay, it is nothing but the connections are peer-to-peer relationships. That means end-to-end connections, and every connection is associated with one session. Is it? Association means a relation. Okay, the session means it is a association between this client and server. This first you need to set up the session. That session may include the connections. Okay, the sessions are created by the handshake protocol. Actually, the sessions are created by the handshake protocol. What it contains actually, sessions defined a set of cryptographic security parameters which can be shared among multiple connections. Okay, uh, every whatever the session you are going to provide, that are following the cryptographic security parameters, right? And also identify the number of states associated with each sessions. Session states are there. That states are important because you need to provide a secure transmission of the data. Okay, so then once the session is established, then we go for like a reading or writing the data, like a receive sending the messages, right? And also the during the handshake protocol, the pending read write states are created sometimes. So then SSL handshake protocol pending states are going to be converted into current states. That will take care by the SSL chain cipher protocol, cipher spec protocols. Then establish the session, then connections, then allow the transmissions. Now see there is a session. Session may have multiple connections. Session established between the client and server. Now look into this. This is a client and this is a server. There is a session. The state may have maybe active state. Okay, that have a multiple connections. Every connection has again states. The connection is set up. The data is going to transport through these connections. Is it? So this is a simple basic diagram regarding the session and connections. So without session and connection, generally there is no data transfer over the internet. Is it clear? But we cannot see that all these things. Simply you are just put the word whatever that requesting the word or content. Is simply you are typing in the Google web browser, Chrome or something Explorer or web browser. Then you are requesting the data that simply searching and what necessary information is put before you. Is it? But behind this, all things are to be done. Whatever the information while transfer, these all are going to be happen in behind this work. Is it clear? Session state parameters. Every connection state is defined by the following parameters. Connection state and this is about the session state parameters. Sorry, not a connection state. This session state parameters. Session identifier, peer certificate, compression method, cipher spec, master secret is resumable. These are all the parameters in the used in the session state parameters. Session state parameter. Session ID. Every session has some unique ID will assigned by the protocol. Okay. Then peer certificate. But user credentials are validated. That certificate will itself providing the authentication. And what is the kind of compression method you are going to follow? Cipher spec, that means if any pending states are there to be converted into current state. And also use the any secret words like a master secret in the while during the data transmissions. Resumable, any pending previous one, you can resume that resume into current one. These all states about states, not for data transmission. Actual state, then go for state data transmission after connections. Similarly, the connection, every connection has some parameters. So what are the connection state parameters? There is a server and client random number, server write max secret, client write max secret, server write secret, client write secret, initialization vectors, sequence numbers. Now we look into this all the connection state parameters. Uh, every I mean, can kindly note it down all the, because all the parts of the your syllabus. Okay, so sometimes you may get the question, what is connection, what is state. Okay, so we have to or give the any three states of the connection, three states of the state, so three states of the session. Okay, so that can write all these parameters. Connection state parameters. When we are going to establish the end-to-end or P2P relation or a connection, these are all the parameters we can use that one. Server and client random numbers. Server and client random numbers. What it means, a sequence of bytes chosen by the server and client for the each connections. Random number actually generated by the random number generator. There is a special program designed to generate the random number wherever it is necessary, wherever the random number is required. Random number is also playing a key role, important role in the authentication of the user. Is it clear? And then server write MAC secret. MAC, message authentication code here, not a medium access control. MAC means message authentication code in this one. The outbound server MAC key for message integrity. The server uses its sign, the client uses to verify. Server writes MAC secret. This is for message integrity. Message integrity. The server is going to use the signing using this MAC. Generally, client is going to verify, right? The client means here web browser. You don't know that that browser itself is taking care of the secure data transmission. Similarly, like client write max secret reverse. This is for message integrity. The requested placed by the client. Here, the client uses the signing. Server uses the verification. Verify. Okay. Then also the secret. Sometimes to set up the secure connection, we use the some encryption keys that when we are going to use the server to client, server write secret will be used, and when we are using from client to server, client to write secret is going to use. This all means a encryption key, nothing but a secret key. Initialization vector. Initialization vector. What is the kind of ciphers going to use here generally? There are different block ciphers. Cipher block chaining mode. CBC means cipher block chaining mode. That means uses the some initialization vector. This actual initialization vector is to uh, s- like defined for each cipher key during the negotiation. Okay, like a block exchange. A block exchange. What is the next block you are going to take? Like example, any vectors are going to use. This is for a blocks. Okay, data blocks. Generally there is an input message is going to divide into some blocks, and what is the kind of block ciphers are going to use here. Here is cipher block chaining mode. So every block is output of that block is input to the other one, like example. Then sequence numbers. Each party has a sequence number, that means connection. The sequence number starts from 0 to so here the 2 power 64 minus 1. It must not exceed 2 power 64 minus 1. So this all the connection state parameters. Server and client random numbers, server write secret, client write secret, server write secret, client write secret, initialization vector, sequence numbers. Okay, whereas for session, these are all these one session ID, certificate, compression, spec, and master secret is resumable for this all the connection state parameters. Now look into the figure SSL record protocol. SSL record protocol. This record protocol is playing a vital task, a vital role in the SSL security. Is it? Now generally data coming from where? Application layer. Now what is going to happen? Just look into the diagram. Okay, what is contained first? There is a application data. This is a data come from application layer. You know how to transfer the data generally. In the client side, the data is generate like means request. It's come from first application, then go to the transport layer, then goes to the network layer, then goes to the host to network layer. That means physical data link layer. Third one is internet layer. Means application, transport, internet, then host to network, then the transfer through the physical connection. Receiver side data transfer in reverse. Now let's take the example. Assume that the data is from application layer. First, what it can do, this application data divided into fragments. Fragment means some blocks. Then compress the each fragment one means reducing the size. That some radix algorithms are there used to compress that one. Then on this fragment, then calculate the MAC message authentication code. See this one. This is the MAC. This is the MAC. This is the after compress. This is the fragment. Compressed fragment. On this, calculate the MAC. Add to the append to the end of this compressed fragment. Then encrypt. Use the encrypt. Encrypt the what are the compressed MAC, compressed fragment, that means data plus MAC will be encrypted. Then append a, this is what? Append a SSL record header. SSL record header. Okay. This is a SSL record protocol steps. Application data is first one, dividing first one. Fragmentation is the first one actually. Fragmentation, compression, add MAC, encryption, then had header. Okay, the what are the main services, important services in the SSL record protocol? There are two important services: confidentiality and integrity. So confidentiality ultimately provided by the use of some key, that shared key, use it in the as like a conventional encryption for the SSL payloads. The confidentiality, the handshake protocol defined the shared key. Okay, to achieve the confidentiality actually that used for conventional encryption of the SSL payloads. Then message integrity. The message integrity here, how to achieve the message integrity using the MAC message authentication code. Okay, so that after that, these are the just the services. Remember what are the services means? You can write this one. First, what is the record protocol takes the application message to be transmitted, then fragments the data into manageable blocks, then compress the data, then apply the MAC, encrypts, add a header, and transmit the resulting unit in the TCP segment. Okay, because it is implemented as the TCP. The received data is decrypted, then verified, recompressed, reassembled, then delivered to the higher level users. This is receiver side. Okay. Fragmentation. Fragmentation means every application data divided into some blocks. That block size is 2 power 14 bytes. That means 16,384, or less means maybe last byte if it is not multiple of 16384. Last byte, last block fragment may be less compared to the this 2 power 14 bytes. So the block size or fragment size is 2 power 14 bytes. Next, use the compression. It is optionally applied. Compression must lossless and may not increase the content length by more than 1024. Okay, bytes. Always make sure that compression is lossless. Then compute the MAC. Generally, message authentication code compute over the compressed data. Compressed data. So what we can use here, first, the hash will be used, the hash algorithm used in this. Now this hash contain this. What are those? It's a very big hash computed on MAC write secret, concatenated with pad 2, again concatenated with the hash of MAC write secret, pad 1, sequence number, compressor type, SSL compressor length. What is the length after that one? Then come fragment. Okay. All these on this you can compare the hash code. Okay, that this is a hash final hash. This is all the internal. This is a look into this bracket and to here. The hash code is computed on the write secret, pad 1, 2, and sequence number, compressor type, compressor length, and fragment size also. So where this symbol is nothing but a concatenation. What is the write secret here? A shared secret key. This write secret means shared secret key. So this whatever the hash content, you will get the medium access control code. That means a message digest, also called message digest or hash code. Actually, Mac is similar to the hash code only. Okay, so internally this Mac will use the hash algorithms. Hash may be MD5 or SHA-1. MD5 or SHA-1. Previously we discussed hash is nothing but a cryptographic hash algorithm, either SHA-1 or MD5. Pad 1 nothing but the byte. Pad 1 nothing but a byte 036 is a byte repeated 48 times. Okay, this is for MD5, whereas 40 times for SHA-1. 036 byte is a pad 1. This is all the user for the provide the security. Pad to 05C. 05C hexadecimal value. 05C repeated 48 times for the MD5, 40 times for the SHA-1. Okay, this use the pad 1 depending on the block size. And a sequence number nothing but a sequence number of the message. Compressor type, what is the compression type we can use? That also you can. High level protocol used to process this fragment length of the compressed, then compressed fragment. Okay, all these are concatenated. On this we are going to apply the hash. What is hash algorithm we are using here? SHA-1 or MD5. Is a basic. Actually today it is enhanced. Is it? Next, the compressed message plus MAC are going to encrypted using the symmetric key encryption. Symmetric key encryption. Okay, that means just look into the figure. In the figure, what is the compression? After compression, uh, you are at position of MAC. Now you are going to encryption. How to encrypt this one? Using these algorithms. Using these algorithms. Either use the suppose it is a block cipher, use the IDEA or a DES40, 3 release or Forja like example. What is a stream cipher? RC4 or like examples. 128-bit or 48. Majorly the triple DS is playing an important role here. And a final step of SSL record protocol processing is to prepend the header. Header. Okay. This is the fourth step. Encryption is the fourth step. Use some basic encryption algorithms encrypting the compressed data. Then header. Fifth step. This final step is fifth step is the header. Header in the SSL record protocol contains what? This header has first, these are the fields, content type, it is a 8 bits. Okay, this is used to process the enclosed fragment. And version, what is the SSL version? SSL version. Then minor version, SSL, what is the minor version? Then compressed length. Compressed length is a that including the header. Okay, means the what are the parameters used in this algorithm will be placed in the header file. Length in the bytes of the plain text fragment. Okay, so now look into the SSL record format. What plain text, compressed text and MAC all are going to encrypted. Okay, then append the header. Append the header. So next, SSL change cipher protocol. This will discuss in the next class. So today, what are see the once again SSL record protocol. Mainly, no, this all the SSL architecture has two levels of protocols: SSL record, handshakes, change paper, alert. Now today what we discuss SSL record protocol. It is a very popular. SSL record protocol has these uh, main services. Okay. Now it contains what record protocol? Fragmentation. First divided into fragments, then compression, then add MAC, encryption, header addition. Okay. Now see the this is the first what you're going to the compression. 2 power 14 bytes. Then sorry, fragmentation 2 power 14 bytes. Then use the compression. Then compute the MAC, third step. Okay. First step, second step, third step. Then fourth step, use the encryption. Then use the encryption. Then add the header is the fifth step. Right? These are all the five steps in the SSL record protocol. Okay. So remaining protocol we'll discuss in the next class.